There's a couple things that I have to set the facts straight. Well, that HBO thing, okay? I told the crew to get out of the room before I started talking to the players, but they refused to go. And so I didn't realize how much cursing I actually did. But the one thing I learned is that Sidney Crosby swears too in this show. So anything's possible. But on the shopping thing, I got to talk about the shopping thing because it's driving me nuts. I'm getting abused. I've been slapped by 2 women already for this thing. But they call you up Christmas Eve, or the 23rd of December, and they say, we want to follow you on your shopping. We hear you do your shopping on Christmas Eve. And I said, well, I got a 2-hour window, and I got to get it all done. But I got my list from my wife, she gives me the list, and every store I went into, they didn't have what she wanted. Now, go figure, it's on the 24th. Maybe I should have started a little earlier. I understand that. But by the time we got to the shoes place, I went into Williams-Sonoma. They didn't have what she wanted. I went into all these purse stores. How do you pay that much for a purse? It's ridiculous. But I'm not spending that kind of money. I wouldn't spend that on a burger. But so my 2 hours is almost up and I've got nothing, okay? I've got nothing for. And you have to have something under the tree. You just have to. So when I went into that final store, she said she wanted a pair of red shoes, size 6 or something, and all they had was magenta, size 5. I says, just wrap it up and put it under the tree. And they filmed that, but it wasn't from lack of effort. I tried so hard to find her the right gift. So then I get abused. The other thing on that show, now I'm starting to get wound up here. There's so much tape that they left on the floor that showed the better side of me, and and I don't know why they picked that. But like I said, it ended great. I mean, I remember Coley Campbell coming up and said, this is a bigger event than the Stanley Cup Finals. So I phoned him twice for my rings, and I still haven't got any of those things back yet. So I don't think it's quite as big an event as the Stanley Cup Final. But it was a tremendous experience. If you ever get a chance to play in front of 70,000 people and see what football players actually go through every week, I think you'd be amazed at the electricity in the building. I got to believe that Hershey's a pretty good spot for an outdoor game in the upcoming future. The way they can... Not to put any more on Doug's plate, but I mean, this is the only city in the country, I believe, in either country, Canada or the U.S., that could put 21,000 people in a 2-day event for an all-star game in a city that only holds 25,000 people. And that just goes to show how special the people are, the relationship between the city and their hockey team is. And if you ever get a chance to play here, and you're not in the NHL, this is the place to be. And they treat you so well, and the people love you. And it's been a definite bona fide bonus that I was able to get a job here. And one last quick story before how I got the job is it's sort of funny. I got fired in Manchester, which wasn't so funny. But I came down here and I had an interview, and I remember at the end, Doug and me talking, and George McPhee had saying, listen, we really like you, but there's things we have to do. I don't want you to answer your cell phone. Promise me you won't answer your cell phone for 24 hours. So I said, sure, that's no problem. Meanwhile, I got another team that's sort of interested in me, and when you're looking for a job, you're not going to turn down anything. But that night I forgot to charge my phone, and my phone went dead. And so the whole next day I was charging it. I was trying to get on it and phone it because I was at a golf tournament, and the minute it got fully charged, George is on the phone, and he says, I'm glad you never answered your phone for 24 hours. We're going to offer you the job. But if somebody else had offered it to me in the first 24 hours, I definitely would have taken it. But I'm certainly, glad it worked out the way it was. I know this is going to be a fabulous event tonight. Thanks for having me here, and let's hope that we can start scoring some goals with the Caps pretty soon. Thank you.